Welcome, friends of the Greasy Shop Rag. Today we're going to take a look at a Husqvarna 440 chainsaw. The customer brought it in and said he wanted a tune-up. So we're going to take a look inside the fuel tank and see what kind of fuel the customer is running. And look at the condition of his fuel filter. I think it looks like it's brand new. Let's pressure test that fuel line and see if there's any holes in it. 10 pounds of pressure we're putting on here. And then you see me wiggling the fuel line and kind of flexing the fuel tank from the saw body. I do that just to see if, sometimes if there's a crack in a line, it only leaks in certain directions or whatever. Anyway, that line was tight. So let's pop the hood on this thing and look underneath. Take a look at this air filter. It's a nylon mesh style. The thing looks really clean. And at this point I'm starting to think the customer might be one of those that brings the saw in every time he's done using it. Like if he just reacts to storm damage with this saw, he wants it prepped and ready to go for the next time he needs it. So he brought it in and said, look it over and do a tune-up. You'll see a little bit later in the video that the saw actually has a problem. And if he would have just told me what the problem was, we would have approached this differently. So in goes the requested spark plug, even though the plug that was in there looks pretty good. The spark arrestor screen looks clean. Nothing funky going on with the carburetor or the boot. Blow that little bit of sawdust out of there, and I think we're going to call it good under the hood there. There's almost no material in that air filter. But we blew it out with compressed air, so we want to take a look at it and make sure we didn't put a hole in it. Everything looks good. We'll put this back together. Primer bulb doesn't appear to have any holes or cracks in it. Still in pretty good shape. The throttle linkage looks good. Choke linkage works. We just make sure that the screws holding the carburetor on are tight. So one other part of a tune-up should be checking the ignition module air gap. We're going to do that right now. For whatever reason, there's two different styles of screws on this starter cover. It didn't come from the factory like that. So the guy lost a couple of screws and found something to work, but it had a different head on it. It's important to make sure that the grill in the starter is clear of debris. All the air that cools the engine comes in through that grill. Our kill wire, I don't know if that came off when I took the starter off or if that was off. I'd have to go back and look at the video. So I like to use this metal feeler gauge for setting the gap. It seems to work pretty good because sometimes you use a paper or plastic gauge and if the module wants to move while you're tightening the screw down, you know that paper ain't going to stop it, but that metal gauge will. We're just going to put a little crimp in the terminal for the ignition module so it stays on. Once we got everything lined up, we'll get the wires to lay in their tracks on this air conductor. And we'll press the wire back on the ignition module. Let's go. And we're also going to inspect the cord, the starter cord. It looks brand new. No problems with that. We'll get 2 of our screws, swap out the bit, and get the other 2 screws. You know, it's important to keep the debris out of the oil tank. The pickup in the tank, it's not like a fuel filter where it's got a fine mesh screen. Chunks of sawdust can get caught in there, so try and keep the sawdust out of the tank. So the sprocket on the clutch drum looks good. We're checking the anti-vibe springs, make sure they're tight. There's 3 of them on this saw. Then we'll put the cover back on. Alright, let's fire this thing up and see what it does. So it won't turn the chain. Now, if you walk in and you say you want a tune-up, you know you're going to get a tune-up. If you walk in and you say, my chainsaw won't turn the chain, then it's very different. We take a different approach. This really didn't need the fuel filter that he requested. It really didn't need the spark plug he requested. But sometimes the customer... they like to diagnose these things and then drop them off and have us do what they want, rather than just telling me that there's a problem and me looking for the problem. In this case, the nose sprocket on the bar does not turn. So the bar's not really that old. There must just be some debris jammed in there. It doesn't look like he's got an oiling problem. I think some debris got in here. And you can see by my workbench that this isn't the first time I've had to do this. So we got most of the debris out of there. Still not turning just right. But let's loosen it up. We're going to put some grease in there and grease that nose bearing. dang, we're putting plenty of grease in there. I think that grease displaced whatever was jamming up that bearing, because it doesn't feel like it has that tight spot in it anymore. It's just a little tight because it's full of grease. So we'll get the chain on here and fire this thing back up and see what it does. So that's all I got for you on the Husqvarna 440 tune-up. Didn't really need a tune-up. Thanks for watching. Later.
Right.